to all. Right, I'm from ST Engineering, myself, Simon Goh. And just a quick statement, our challenge statement for today is how might we design and construct a portable battery energy storage system, BESS in short, that will then enable on-demand flexible EV charging for our fleet of vehicle, all right? So let me just do a quick intro for ST Engineering. Essentially, we are a global technology company, and we are engaged in, we are involved in business from aerospace to smart city, defense, and the public security sector. Right. So myself, I'm from the commercial aerospace business unit. And just this year, I've taken on a new role, essentially to lead most of the sustainability initiative within ST Engineering Commercial Aerospace. Yeah, so I'm responsible for carbon accounting reporting, and essentially to drive most of the major initiative that we are doing to reduce our carbon emission. All right, and also to get involved in sustainable product design. Right. So without further delay, I'll move on to the background of our challenge statement. So essentially, we are looking at, we are now operating a fleet of close to 70 diesel power vans and trucks. All right. So in view that we might be changing them to EV trucks and van over the next few years before 2030. So we really have to look at whether is there enough EV charging point to charge our fleet of vehicle once we convert most of the current fleet, diesel fleet, into electric version. Okay. Now, because of power infrastructure constraint at our hangar and also space constraint in our current premises in Paya Lebar and in Changi, so we anticipate that we could at most install maybe 3, 4, or even up to 5 charging point at any of our site in Singapore. But that is unlikely to be enough to service and charge once we have the whole fleet being converted into electric version. Right. So we are exploring whether could we, partner external startup or SME to design a BESS system that is able to supplement our fixed charging point. In short, we are talking about portable BESS that can be charged indoor, and then we can wheel it to any of our park EV for on-site charging, and ideally this can be done just by a single man operation. Okay. So we are talking about, in terms of a little bit of technical content here. Now, a fully charged EV, typically we talk about, is able to cover a range of up to 400 kilometers. And in our operational requirement, this is likely to last about 2 to 3 days. So not every vehicle will require daily charging. And if we have a portable BESS, we are looking at, is able to do at least charging of up to 20 vehicles per day, but this is by no means a fixed requirement. It will depend on the capacity of the BESS and how fast every charging cycle is being done. All right. So we are actually open to alternative solution beyond portable BESS. As long as it meet our requirement to essentially provide charging to our vehicle fleet once we are able to convert all the diesel vehicle into electric version. Okay, so this is again, this by no means a hard rule because we are not an expert on this area. But here, based on what I can find online on research, we are looking at a typical BESS in the range of maybe up to 60 kg or somewhere below 100 kg. In terms of size, this is what you see over here. Ideally, they can be charged in-house on a 3-pin AC charging point. Once it's fully charged, we are able to roll it out and then do the EV charging externally. And it must also comply with all the relevant standard I state here, essentially is to ensure that the battery will meet the applicable safety standard. All right. So I have something in mind here in terms of mobility, whereby once the BESS are being charged, we can move them around to essentially run through all the sites in Singapore to support the EV charging for the rest of our vehicle fleet that might be operating around Singapore as we do our round island logistic supply transportation daily demand. Okay. So in fact, we're not looking at having a truck. This is just an idea, but basically just focus on having a BESS that we're able to charge indoor and then bring out to charge our EV. So this is what we are looking for, at least at this stage of the challenge statement. Okay, so in terms of incentive, essentially we are open to partnering any potential startup and SME that already have a ready solution, or if you are in any phase of developing such a solution, we can either work together, or we are able to have a funding of up to $30,000 for prototype unit. All right. Essentially, we're also looking at getting some funding from Enterprise SG. The last I heard is about 30K. I'm not too sure whether is the amount still valid. But these are some of the grant that we potentially can tap on if there's any collaboration that happen as a result of this SOIC. Okay.
Yeah, it's a matching grant.
Okay, yeah, right. You're right. It's a matching grant that I last heard from the relevant POC from Enterprise SG. Okay, so essentially, this is what I have. Pretty simple. We are talking about BESS that can be utilized with a single man operation that can do mobile charging that is able to serve basically to supplement fixed EV charging point that will be in a way limited because of our compound. We won't be able to install so many EV charging point for each and every vehicle. So having BESS is really to supplement what we are able to do within our compound. All right. Yeah. So this is what I have. And if there's any query, be pleased to address them. If I'm unable to provide any answer, I will check with my team and probably reply back through email if it's possible. Yeah.
Okay. Great, Simon. That's terrific. We've got a couple of questions have come in here that you can see on the right of the screen as you look at it from Jonathan. You have grid constraints, so can only have 3 to 4 charge points. Does ST have parking constraints?
Okay, parking constraint, yes, because as you're aware that, we are in aerospace business, and in a hangar operation, where a lot of space is occupied by airplane, there is certainly parking constraint. But I don't have a figure right now. Here we are talking about, because the vehicle are mobile, they go around doing transportation of all logistic requirement. So I think parking constraint is valid. It's just that I don't have that number to really share. So I can find out a little bit more and probably share in a common reply to whoever is interested to respond to this challenge statement. Okay.
And Jonathan's got a second part question. Do you require only AC at 22 kilowatts or also DC charging?
I think for start, AC slow charging would do because that I think will place less demand on our power infrastructure. But obviously, if DC charging is available, we would be willing to consider because DC charging, I'm assuming a lot more power is required, and whether there is enough power coming from our existing infrastructure, we might need to study that a little bit more. What is the incoming supply in the hangar? Incoming supply in the hangar is pretty standard, because for aircraft side, we are using 115 volt and 400 AC to support and supply power to our airplane. So that is the power requirement in our hangar. And I can share that information in a shared email. Yeah.
Thanks, Jonathan. I hope Simon's answered your questions there. Just wanted to check, Simon, is it 24/7 your facility?
We are running 2 shifts, so it's not quite 24/7, but we are talking about, on those months where we receive a lot of airplane maintenance work in our hangar, then we are talking about running 2 shifts from 7 a.m. in the morning to around 11 p.m. at night. Yep.
Yeah, because I was just trying to calculate if we're looking at 4-hour charging blocks, how many available charging blocks there are in a 7-day week.
Right, right. I'm just looking for a best, we can do a prototype and see whether could we have them being charged in a hangar, and then I can make it portable, I can bring it out, and I can supply the demand, for EV or for any of our EV truck that's on the move, they can put them in the EV truck and then they can do a charging. They go along as they go to the customer site and do charging when, the vehicle is doing offloading of all the items from the vehicle. So these are just ideas that we can explore, but they are by no means, a fixed rule that we have to adhere strictly to. As long as the solution makes sense and is portable, workable, we're open to any solution that works like. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think just directing everyone on the call that, as you say in the challenge statement and the background on the website, that you're open to alternate solutions beyond a portable, provided that they achieve the same outcome. So it's about being flexible, on-demand charging without infrastructure expansion. So just to sort of keep that in mind.
Right.
And Simon and team, if there are ideas that you've got around this, by all means, filter them through Padang, and then we can share early ideas with Simon, get some reaction, and
Sure.
help you craft your particular solutions.
Mm.
Thinking about ergonomic and the kind of safety issues. I mean, apart from the weight, you've indicated, say, 60 Ks. Are there other sort of ergonomic or safety considerations people should be thinking about when deciding what portable might mean?
Okay, because of the close proximity to hangar where you have airplane, and then we have a jet fuel. So in terms of safety, battery safety, I think there's applicable safety regulation standard that govern this area that is that is regulated by not just Civil Defense, SCDF, and maybe VCA. In terms of deploying battery that is near to our hangar operation. So I think whoever is proposing any best solution would then have to ensure that the sizing of the battery and the BESS is able to meet the applicable battery requirement and standard that I've stated inside the challenge statement to ensure that they comply with the relevant standard and they meet all the fire safety kind of required regulation. Yeah.
Terrific. Okay, listen, I think that's good. Oops, Jonathan's back with another one.
Okay, a layout of the hangar space and the number of parking space, I can provide that in a simple sketching that can be done. Again, I will share that probably in an email broadcast to all the interested solution provider, and SOIC platform could maybe assist to help me to broadcast that once I get the info in terms of the previous question in terms of the incoming power supply and the layout of the hangar. I can do some sharing with a little bit of sketching, and then we can broadcast it to any of the potential solution provider. Yeah.
Terrific. Okay, we'll facilitate that. Thanks, Simon.